Your eyes can deceive you. This has been the nothing makes sense with what we've seen in the playoffs.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
For those of you who invest money, you buy properties, you flip homes, whatever, you want to see something in the end of it, right? There's got to be a payoff. Now, I'm going to take a bath on the Eastern Conference. I had the 76ers and I had the Heat. No good. But in the Western Conference, there was one team on June 23rd of last year, the day after the draft, that I said, look, you need to be on this team right now. You got to grab their futures when they come out. And this is what it sounded like a year ago on the show. But I'll give you another team who's going to be this year's Kings, but the numbers are not the same. You want to get it if you want it. The team is Oklahoma City. That's the team. That's the stock that you want to buy. I bet them this morning at 80-1 to win the NBA title. Now, I don't even want to bet the NBA title, but I have to because I like them. I would love to bet the Western Conference. I don't have available this morning in Las Vegas. They're 50-1 to win the Western Conference at DraftKings this morning. Later on that morning, from June 23rd last year, I found 60-1 to win the Western Conference. Now,
wow.
I'm not playing that to toot my own horn. It's not the point. The point is here, because they're down 2-1. They're not winning anything at this point.
Well, how about the fact that you get the 1 seed, though, and Minnesota was in the running as well with the same odds?
Right, and we do a segment every single day called Win Some, Lose Some. That's coming up in like 30 minutes. You win some, and you lose some. I put a future in on the Jets of January of 2023 before they had Aaron Rodgers at 45-1, thinking, they're going to get a quarterback, and I think it's going to be Rodgers, and what's that number going to be? And they can be a title contender. That ticket was dead 4 snaps into the season. That sucked. But when you wait this long, I have to be able to do something with that ticket. I don't want to eat that ticket in 3 days in case Dallas beats them. You put the work in, you do the analysis, you have unbelievable tickets, and all of a sudden you have nothing to show for it.
Yep.
So I'm going to, again, taking a bath in the East, but the Western Conference here, I'm going to show something for my return here. And I added tickets along the way on Minnesota, Denver on some parlay things, and getting cute with Dallas as well. I know it's 14, but it's like the PGAs this week, right? Are you going to bet one guy to win it, or are you going to bet 5 or 6 to win it? That's what I've done here in the Western Conference. I have to see something here. Otherwise, I would not be able to live with myself.
Yes, you have to. Take a little Dallas tonight. And the other thing is about locking in a profit, your eyes can deceive you. This has been the nothing makes sense with what we've seen in the playoffs. So would you love to have Denver 5-1 to win the series a couple days ago?
Boy.
Right?
Oh, boy.
I mean, it's like Minnesota destroys the first 2 games. Like if you had a future on Minnesota, to grab Denver 5-1 just to win the series. And you remember when I had the Milwaukee Bucks 100-1 to win the title, remember?
Oh, yes.
Okay, your eyes can deceive you. They're up 2-0 in that series of the Eastern Conference Finals against Toronto. In Game 2, they led by 30.
Yeah.
They didn't win another game.
And
that was Game 6, up 10 in the third quarter. Steve Sear, hey, you're looking good. 20-0 run by the Raptors, whatever it was, and that was all she wrote. I'll give you another one. How about the Florida-Boston series?
Oh, no kidding.
How about what happened in Game 1? That was when the Bruins were coming right off the Game 7 at home against the Leafs. They killed them. Since then, shots on goal are 107 to 50.
Yeah, right in that range.
And Florida's killed them in the last 3 games. I mean, some of this stuff doesn't make sense, but that's another reason to lock in a profit, too, where you think, okay, Minnesota's much the best here. That's it. I'm going to let my 80-1 ticket ride with it. Oh, we got a series tied in 2, and now it's completely flipped.
Now, that's exactly right. So as for tonight, I might add a little bit more Dallas here to win this game, because if they win this game, I don't think the Thunder are going to come back and win the series down 3-1. Now, they're going to be going back home for game number 5, and then they could win that. And that was certainly a winnable game that we had over the weekend. But other than Shea, again, Paulie, who really played well for OKC, and on the flip side, look at P.J. Washington suddenly. Back-to-back games like this, and you have some numbers here defensively on Lively on the court, but these big guys that they have now with Lively, with Gafford, with P.J. Washington playing out of his mind, despite Luka maybe not being close to 100%, doesn't matter because it's not just Luka and Kyrie here. They have other guys who are playing really, really well.
Yeah, well, you have to. It's bad enough you got to worry about Kyrie and Luka and shutting them down. And now P.J. Washington's going off every single game and what he's doing. So if he has 27, it's gonna be, they're going to be tough to beat. And then you're right, no help other than SGA, and they only score 101 points. Sorry, that's not good enough. Not going to cut it. But Jones was a travesty, 1 of 10, minus 14 when he was on the floor. The Mavs defense is 10 points better per 100 possessions with Lively on the court in the playoffs.
Wow.
He's changed. He could change the trajectory of the series and the franchise from on X, guy who covers the league, Hardwood. But what he's done defensively and what he means to this team, and the hack of Lively didn't work either when Daignault went to that too. So the rim protection, the moves they made at the deadline, Washington knocking down threes, the Hardaway sighting in Game 2, and Kyrie going off and with the clincher as well. So OKC took money in Game 3, no good. They're taking money again tonight. And I agree with you, if they can't get this one tonight, they're not going to win the series. But, Giddey was a disaster in Game 2 as well. He was hardly on the floor. I think they were outscored by like 18 points, whatever it was, when he was on the floor, so his minutes. And it'd be unfortunate if they go out, because then that'll be the end of What a Pro Wants commercial, too, which we've seen for 5 straight months.
Are you sick of it yet?
Yeah, am I sick of it? Although America's sick of it.
Can
you give me another example where a commercial went on this long? Because it started during March Madness. This thing won't end.
I am ready to drive off a cliff.
What a Pro Wants?
No, not that one. There's another one. The Wingstop commercial.
With the music?
They're playing Jenga, the music, the song.
Oh, yeah, that's nonstop.
I'm going to have nightmares about that song for 20 years.
I just don't understand it. It's like, how long are you going to play this ad? And it's just, as Brian Windhorst said, I would hate to see the outtakes. Like, what made the cutting room floor? Because it sounds like these guys are De Niro and Pacino here, right? What a Pro Wants. Oh, my God.
So Lively last year, there was a draft day trade. The Mavericks took Cason Wallace out of Kentucky at number 10. They traded him to the Thunder. The Thunder took Derek Lively. Imagine the Thunder with Derek Lively on this team helping out Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
But that was a draft. So he went 12th overall. The NBA draft lottery was yesterday. And people are calling this like the week. I think it's lazy whenever this happens. I promise you, there will be players that drop in this draft that will turn out to be awesome pros. And yet people are going to say there's nobody good in the draft. It stinks. It's the worst one since like 2013. And the Hawks somehow won it, and they had a 3% chance to take down the lottery yesterday.
About that? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, we disagreed on this before. I thought Dallas had a great opportunity.
Yeah, you did.
Listen, we got a ways to go here.
Although they're looking good.
But remember what happened in the first round. And I know they were the 1 seed, but they didn't have Zion. And Ingram was hurt, and Dort completely shut him down, and Ingram was terrible in that series. So what they did defensively was very impressive, but also New Orleans had a ton of issues, and they took them out. And now Dallas a very good team, and again, all the moves they made at the deadline and how well they played down the stretch, you pointed out the competition. But this, again, there's some things you just can't do. I mean, Gobert's right. If Aaron Gordon's going to go 11 to 12, what am I going to do? If P.J. Walker's going for 27 and knocking down threes, the way they can spread the floor, where I got to worry about Luka, Kyrie penetrating, kicking it out. I mean, it's just, sometimes it's just not your night. And if P.J. Walker's going for 27, then guess what? Dallas is going to win this series and maybe go to the finals.
The Thunder, who's going to step up tonight and help out SGA?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know.
He was awesome. He was like Edwards was last night for the Wolves in Game 3 for Oklahoma City.
I would say Williams, hopefully.
Williams, I would think, would be a guy. How about maybe some more minutes for Joe?
I like him, Isaiah Joe.
If he misses at this point, again, I'm shocked. Mm-hmm. Get him some wide open looks. Get him more minutes in this game tonight.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's the inexperience, too. And being a young team. I mean, they're up. What the hell were they up? 11? They're up 11, they're up 11 in the third quarter.
Oh, yes, they are.
16-0 run. You turn your head.
Yep, they hit them right away out of the gates because OKC does that in the third quarter quite a bit. Up 10, I'm like, okay, this is looking good. And then before you could blink, bye-bye. We'll see you later. And they never really came back to take the lead. And Dallas now 2-1 and again, as you said, for the second consecutive game, Oklahoma City taking money. It's down to 1 here at Circa.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. Be a great game tonight, though. But this is...
I think he's going to do the heck of Lively again.